Alright, in this exercise we will see how to use image in a sketch mode to create an accurate reconstruction of a 3D object. So we took a photo of that bracket. Before we start making, we need to go to the tools, add-ins, and we need to be sure that the auto trace is on. So tool, add-ins, auto. This allows us to use the auto trace in a sketch mode. So the next thing that we will do, we will start a new sketch. Doesn't matter on the front page in this case. And the first thing that we will do, we are going to make a vertical line. Actually, let's first insert the image. So we will go to the insert, the tools, and let's find the sketch tools. And when we go to the sketch tools, if we go down on the arrow, there is a sketch picture option. Okay, so we go to the tools menu, drop down menu, and we go down through the arrow until we get to the, tools, sketch tools, and we go down until we see this sketch picture. Everybody got the sketch picture? Click on a sketch picture. And now I will choose my downloaded picture. Or you can use whatever you want to make, say, let's say a keychain or something, just download some picture. And I'm going to open this picture. What you can see now, there are two things that shows up here. So there is a line that I can use to specify the scale. And line, I'm going to put the one edge of the line on my 0. And let's see, here is my 1 inch. So, and then the other end of the line, I'm going to bring it actually to the 2. Let me bring it back to the 2, and the more accurate I do it, say that this is a 2 inches. More accurate. You see how the sketch picture exactly have stretched up. And now I can make actually this line, if I click, if I edit that sketch picture, and actually make that line also to be vertical. That will kind of straight it out. Now I know, because this is correctly 2 inches, I now know what is the size of my picture. I can bring now the sketch picture itself to the coordinate origin, where I want to start the design, and maybe I will start the design, let's say like here, or in the center of this. I'm not going to do the hole, I will just do the outside. However, the center of this hole will actually be a good position. We can zoom it out as much as we want. So, okay. And I will keep lock aspect ratio and enable scale tools. And now transparency, you want to make this image to be a more transparent, and you can click on user define. And if I increase transparency, or I can choose full image transparency, and I can put it somewhere like 67, like 50%, let's say. Click OK. Now this is my background onto which I'm going to do some sketching. Now if I do the line, I'm going first to do like the brief outline of that whole thing. Let's see. It's probably correct, about correct. This we are doing actually, this should be an aligned dimension. And this aligned dimension is probably, let's see, if it is a 3 inches, that's probably what it is corrected. It's always messed up when you have those to deal with the fillets. Now, let's say that we want to have the aligned dimension between two here. This is probably 95 degrees, because 96 degree will be a very unusual. Let's see, is the 95 degree working here? Now let's see the rest of it. So what we can do next? We can do, let's say, to do this guy here. We can choose the 3-point circle and we can zoom it, and we can choose the 1 point, 2nd point and 3rd point, and we can see that, you know, there is no like 0.494. So what is this? 0.997. So this was like a 1-inch radius. Because we know that this part is in inch dimensions, and you always have, and by definition it will have the standard fractions. So kind of a, okay, so that part is a 1-inch radius. Now let's see what we have here. Again, we can use the 3-point circle, where we kind of click on the point, click on a point, click on a point, and this one is probably 0.25. Let's see the, yep, it will be a 0.5. And now if I connect this point and this point here, let me extend these guys to here. And so on, I can continue reconstructing this. It's probably 3.125. And that's exactly what it is. 3.125. Now, we can do the tangential line from somewhere from here to somewhere here. And now what else we can do here? So we can do now the next one, and let's see what is happening here. There will be a fillet here that we will have to do, and that fillet is probably going to be a 0.5 fillet. So let's see it for a 0.5. No, 0.5 is too big, so maybe 0.25 fillet. And 0.25 looks perfect. Okay, so that was the 0.25 fillet. What will now bring us to the other end, and we see that this angle actually of 95 is too small, so let's change that angle to some other, maybe to 100 degree. 100 degrees is too much. Or if we delete completely that angle constraint and redo it again now, with the dimensions that we have in place. We just need to be sure that it does not mess up our other relationship. What just happened here? That will be correct. And now if I do the 96.45, okay, 96.45. That's a weird angle, but we will see how we progress. Now we can reconstruct the piece. Should probably move this, and in order for this to really be correct, we need to look exactly straight. We need to have a nice projection. So the best way to do this is to use something that is called the optical comparator, which you have in many machine shop, where you put a part and actually project the shadow of the part, and then you can take a picture of that shadow. Okay, so let's see. Now we have something here to do. we have like here that is a 1/4 circle. And if I constrain this circle to be a 0.25, let's see. It's a little bit more, so it's not a 0.25. It's a 3/8 maybe. 3/8 is too big, so what it can be else? So if it is not a 1/4 inch, it is a 3/8. Maybe 7/16? Not 7/16, what it will be? 5/16. Yep, that's the 5/16. So you see how it kind of get into the right size range. Now what we can do, with here, we also need to make this and this one tangent. Oh, okay, this one should not be horizontal. That's what is messing it up. And it should be somewhere here. And these two should be tangent. This one. Angle turn, intersection. I cannot create these two to be a tangent, I'm not sure. Okay, here it is. And so on. So we will move it, and as you can see, really this we kind of get a little bit of title. So we can get now another fillet here. And that fillet is a very small, maybe 1/4 inch. That's correct. And let's see, and that will kind of a fully defined outline. Now we need to get relationship to our center, and how can we do this? We can trim also this circle, and if I choose everything, I can now make this thing to get to be fully defined. I choose the certain items here that fully defined never really worked out completely. So let's see, we can go with a display, delete, okay, we can go with a fully defined relationships. Let's say that this one, calculate, and now we can go to align. And now we can go to this line. Now this circle got fully defined. Now we can go to this one. And so now we can go to this one. Fully defined relationship. Go to this one. Fully defined. And that will fully define our complete sketch. Now what we are going to do, we are going to extrude this for the thickness, and the thickness that we measured for this part is going to be the thickness that we measure for a part. Let's see. It is the what, 0.560. 0.565, 0.565. What is that in a extrude boss? 0.565, and here is our piece generated from. I forgot to add one more contour I need to add here. This guy here. And here is my outline of that bracket fully generated. So that is a very efficient way to create. Now if I want to do something, let's say another projection, what I will do, I will choose the front plane, or I will choose, for example, a top plane, and make another picture in a top plane, do the same dimensional scaling, and then align some of the line which is visible from this current, structure. I build with the sum of the line edge, or a point or a vertex of what is visible in the other projection picture. That way you can kind of build a glass box and reconstruct the item in a glass box. Okay, so this was a very brief demonstration of some of the advanced concept which is called the sketch image, and how actually sketch image is used. Okay.